Earlier this week, we spoke with one of the temporary doctors who's been helping serve the people of Fogo Island in Newfoundland, Labrador, who've been without a family doctor since June. No doctors on the island. Our next guest was watching that interview. She's an international medical graduate, and she posted to social media she would love to be a doctor in that community, but there are barriers that prevent her and others like her from filling this gap in our healthcare system. Dr. Anne-Marie Garzon is joining us this morning. Welcome to your morning.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the show and for reaching out to us. Tell me, what was going through your mind when we were speaking to the doctor about his rotation? He's there every 2 weeks. He's doing emergency care, hospital care, and the rest of the time the community just doesn't have a doctor.
Yeah, well, first I laughed. I was like, oh, Canadian doctors. And then I thought, well, you know, we've been going through a difficult time during the pandemic, and there's a lot of burnout. Actually, Lindsey was just talking about it on a previous segment, that a lot of Canadian doctors have been suffering burnout during these times. So he also said during that interview, the family doctor that was there for a year doing what he did for only 2 weeks. How is that sustainable? That is not logical. If I went to CARMS, so CARMS is the Canadian matching service for the residents, and it turns out that last match, there were 99 spots not filled for family doctors. 99 spots unfilled for family doctors. That's not logical. How many applicants do you have? You have too many applicants. But then you only report the Canadian applicants. Why don't you put the number of international graduates that actually applied to your programs and then don't get in?
That's the piece of the story I'd love for you to share. Across Canada, we know emergency rooms, they're closing. People are on wait lists for family doctors. We've outlined the situation in Fogo Island. You've been in Canada since 2013. You have met all the requirements to apply for residencies, one of the final steps to getting your license in this country. But you've still not been accepted to the program. Why?
Yeah. Well, I would like to know the answer to that. I don't know it.
What have they said to you?
No. So when you apply to the matching system, you apply to different programs. So each program has requirements, and you may or may not meet the requirements of specific programs. But it's not only about how the program looks at you, it's about the matching system itself. So we as applicants rank universities and rank programs, and then the universities rank the applicants within their program, and then the system itself matches everyone together. So how the system really works, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the algorithm. I don't know who made the algorithm. But for me, it doesn't make sense, because me as an international graduate, I can only apply to the province where I live, but I cannot apply elsewhere. So if I would want to apply to Quebec or to Alberta or to Saskatchewan or to somewhere else, British Columbia, Newfoundland and Labrador, I wouldn't be able, because I live in Ontario and I'm an international graduate.
So let me ask you then, Dr. Garzon, you have all the skills, you have all the training, you're waiting to be able to help out in the country with this healthcare crisis. What are you doing in the meantime?
Oh, what do I not do? That's the question. So I was raised by a family that taught me, if you have a plan A and that doesn't work, you have to go to the B and to the C until whatever works helps you achieve the goals and the dreams that you want to achieve. That being said, my brother once told me, and I really hated it when he told me this, he said, forget about your medical degree. And I was like, excuse me? So I can't forget about all the knowledge I gained during my medical career. But he said, I don't want you to forget that. I want you to forget the title. I want you to understand and ask yourself, why did you go to medical school? And when he did that, my life changed. My perspective changed. I started doing all the things that I wanted to do that I wasn't able to do because I was a physician only. And then I started certifying myself in yoga. So I'm certified in trauma-informed yoga. I started working in the community as a PSW. I started working in clinical research in a different way. I like helping people. That's the reason why I went to medical school. So there was an Anna before coming to Canada. Yeah. There was an Anna who arrived to Canada, and there's a totally different Anna right now that wants to help communities. And I'm not only talking about the Venezuelan community. I'm talking about Canadians in general, which is a very diverse community.
Yeah. Dr. Garzon, I want to thank you for coming on this morning. I want to thank you for watching the show and for reaching out. And let's hope we can get some solutions to this problem because we are facing a lot of doctor burnout right now in this country. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.